Alright, hello everybody! Hello Void Dweller, GHTs, or Megas! Welcome back to Ready to Toot and Double. Last time, we finally found out Anna's past and she's not evil! Woo! Yes! She's actually a good guy for working for a secret government agency. She's basically, here comes the man in black, psychic defenders. And yeah, they basically are the men in black, but for psychics, and which is so cool. And we probably found out the identity of the other two people with her, which are partners. And oh god, that's heartbreaking. Oh god, oh they're dead. They got into a fight with the freaking guys because it's a stupid. Oh god, it's a stupid subject and going crazy. Fucking hell. Oh my god. Alright, with that said, we're about to find out exactly what she did on that day. So let's get back into it. Miss Anna, you believe us? Really? Here we go. Yes, you're my student, so I believe what you say. She had to believe it. And I had already heard that Q recently had been conducting destructive activity in the city. Higa also mentioned something a while back.
There have been next to zero examples of Q causing terrorism inside government-designated top-secret cities. But right after they formed, they certainly did continue to target top-secret cities. And in the spring 9 years ago, they conducted just one small-scale destructive activity.
No way. No way. Was that the incident that killed her sister?
Ever since then, the city shot up security, establishing city gates and surveillance cameras.
Because wasn't that 9 years ago, right? When the sister died? Kazami's sister, I mean. But even so, it seemed Q would come to the city once more, driven only by wholehearted hatred for communicators. They were another figure of malice, different from Labos and Mr. Shadow. Yeah, we got bad guys everywhere. Men in Black was a super popular movie way back in the 90s, Void Dweller. And it had an animated series as well. That was back when like random movies were sometimes given animated shows to go along with them. And students of mine has been dragged into their grasp. I don't think you should involve yourselves in this incident any further.
No way! Why not?
Natsuko and the girls wouldn't accept Anna's answer. Perhaps because they knew nothing. They acted in accordance with their ignorant yet pure sense of justice. It was as dazzling a sight as it was a worrying one. Okay. Right. If I want you kids to understand where I'm coming from, it looks like a special lesson is in order. And thus Anna began a lecture. Her final lecture as their teacher. Ah! Oh god, yeah. Okay, good. And then the next day, oh, I should have stopped here. God damn it! And then the next day, the Fate Flower had finally come. I really should have stopped here. God damn it. You don't know. You don't know. In the early hours of September 16th, Anna headed to Lava with Kuroda and Hika. Here we go. Body and soul. Oh, I gotta read G-Ace's comment. Yes, that's right, Mashiro. I believe what you say. Oh my god, Anna! You're a Higurashi fangirl too! Oh my gosh, that's so awesome! Calm down, Mashiro. Explain yourself with an analogy. Oh my god, this is the best thing ever! Thank you for that, cheers. They were stopped at the entrance by a Labo security guard. But using the false warrant, they half-forced their way inside. The warrant. Now, Men in Black 1 was like 1997. Void Dweller. They were given white lab coats to change into and were taken all the way to Area 6's inner ring. And once they had arrived there, the researchers called them to a halt once more. According to them, not even ESP Bureau commissioners could be allowed further in, for the sake of preserving secrecy. Now that it had come to this, Anna was about to threaten them with her gun and force them to open up the path to Area N. But, kaboom! Before she could, she heard a thunderous roar. What's that sound? As if to answer that question, more and more sounds echoed forth. The automatic disaster prevention system began broadcasting warnings like mad. Intense tremors detected in B1 Area 1. Intense tremors detected in B2 Area 3. A fire has broken out in B1 Area 2. Intense tremors detected in B2 Area 2. And it was caught completely off guard. She had not expected such a thing to happen today of all days. Yeah, seriously. What a day! Was it a coincidence? An inevitability? Either way, the ESP Bureau members got dragged into the terrorist attack. The researchers who had called them to a halt began to scatter in all directions like headless chickens.
What in the world is going on here?
I don't know, but it might be a Q terrorist attack.
Q? You mean those bastards know this place is a BC research facility?
That's only a possibility. Anna, Kuroda, and Higa all heard rumors that Q had infiltrated the city. While Q may have infiltrated the city, Labo couldn't have just conspicuously strengthened security. That would be the same as installing a sign saying, "This is a BC facility." And perhaps Labo had maintained security at normal levels for that very reason, but did they take advantage of that window of opportunity?
Let's just look for an exit for now. Guess we do encounter any terrorists. Well, it might be completely out of our scope of work. But I guess let's try and see if we can apprehend them.
Understood! The commissioners broke off into a run to search for an exit. Oh my god, this is the thing I've wanted to know, like, how those guys died ever since it started. They ran across a huge fire in the facility. And it got separated from Kuroda and Higa. Chief! Commissioner Higa, where are you? Voices called out in response to Anna from across the fire.
Tsubakiyama! We can't regroup like this. Let's split up and search for exits separately. Wait for us on the surface.
Got it. I'll be out of here in no time. And a little while after they parted, an ominous siren blared out. A case N has just been detected. In accordance with this emergency, security has shifted to blockade mode. Locking down. Oh, God damn it, sorry. Locking down all gates and bulkheads. Have a pleasant day. And thus, Eddie became trapped underground. Hello, Eblis. Welcome to the stream. Well, thank you very much for coming in. Before she could regroup with Kuroda and Higa, she was chased by fires in the connecting passageway. Damn it! Like hell am I going to die here? Anna tossed off the lab coat given to her by Labo and made a mad dash away from the fire and smoke. And then she pulled out the hose of a hydrant and began fighting the fires herself. After extinguishing the fires, she began planning how to escape from the connecting passageway. When eventually rescue workers appeared.
What's your name?
Anna Tsubakiyama. And you guys? Oh my god! Back to the beginning, so she didn't even see what happened to them. Are we never gonna really know what happened? Because she met up with them pretty quickly. Oh god. I'm Lieutenant Tachibana. This is Ensign Moribe.
And this girl is Yuri, a civilian we found trapped down here.
A civilian? So there's someone besides me who was caught up in this incident? Yes. The girl named Yuri looked at Anna with fearful eyes. Yuri. The same name as Yuri Kotono. Something's bothering me. Looks like the best course of action is to put on the veil of an ordinary person for a while and work with them for now. I am again Miss Anna, ordinary school teacher. For now. But what they do not realize is that I am really their secret agent! Besides, she had to search for an exit anyway, and she was also worried about Kuroda and Higa's safety as well. Anna decided to work with this group. She took the AD just as Kazami had instructed. Through her work experience, Anna had already gained knowledge about the changes of WX particles and the effects of AD, among other things. And naturally, she also knew how Labo had maintained the facade that was all related to nuclear power. But it's not like I can tell everybody about that. If any ordinary person were to know about those things, they'd immediately be targeted by Labo for the purposes of concealing information. In any case, the dangers were still real. They had to keep administering AD either way. With that thought in mind, she decided to play along and kept going for a while. Jeez, again with the freaking gold. Looks like I should act like an ordinary person for now. I know. I like that Mayuzumi woman from my favorite game, Remember11. That will surely go well in a disaster situation. Oh, thanks, Jace. And eventually she saw Kuroda and Higa again. Sorta. Anna couldn't help but scream. For when she saw them again, Kuroda and Higa's appearances has completely changed. Perhaps they were masquerading as lava researchers, considering they were still wearing their provided lab coats. But their lab coats were no longer what? Yeah, I could barely tell they're wearing lab coats, having been stained deep red by the blood oozing from their countless gunshot wounds. They were shot? Given that they were lying with their heads turned toward the door, it's possible that they've been trying to escape the room. Yes, photosynthesis. The various sized holes in their body, especially the big ones in their stomachs, exposed their rust-colored viscera. But Anna couldn't peel her eyes from the dead bodies. What's any of this supposed to mean? Why were Chief Kuroda and Commissioner Higa shot to death? Was the rescue worker alone had his neck snapped? So it looks like the other dude of Dojima and Hiyama got away, but eventually something else killed him? Like, how'd he get his legs burned off? I can only think of two answers. All three of these people were together when a terrorist came in, shot Chief Kuroda and Higa, and massacred the rescue worker. Or perhaps the rescue worker was the terrorist himself. Chief Kuroda and Higa tried to apprehend that terrorist and fought him barehanded. And the scuffle ended in a draw, sort of, with all three of them dead. She had a feeling the answer was more likely the latter. Yeah, that's what I thought, too. But how did the other guy just die randomly? If she remembered correctly, her father's journal stated that Kuroda had transferred from the National Police Agency and been an expert in martial arts since childhood. Oh god, how the fuck did he die like this? And Higa used to be with PubSec. It would have been surprising if he had matching strength, too. I don't know the truth of this situation, but there's one thing I know for sure. There's a smiley face at the end of this sentence for no reason. Chief Kuroda and Commissioner Higa were killed by the terrorists! Anna gritted her teeth. Saw you didn't kill anybody, Void Dweller. Please, rest in peace. I swear I will avenge you. I swear I won't let there be any more victims than this. Oh boy. You know, you always know when somebody says that, there's always going to be at least one more person. She sought to keep up the facade of an ordinary person as she searched for the culprit. Or at least she tried to, but despite her determination, a new victim came up. Watase looked at the dead body and muttered dumbfoundedly. Oh, look at the tips for Kuroda and Higa? Sure. Here we go, Kuroda. Chief of the ESP Bureau Communicator Commission Division 1, age 44. Master in Taiho Jutsu with the competency of a 5th Dan black belt in Nippon Kembo. He was transferred from the National Police Agency and served both as its assistant commissioner and as a bodyguard for Alice and Flom's commissioner, Jin Tsubakiyama. He respected Jin and smiled wholeheartedly when his daughter Anna was assigned to his division. However, when the division began their compulsory investigation of Lavo, he fought with the malice-infested Yama and Dojima, who had ended gunpoint. Oh my god! So they explain it in here. I see. So they're never gonna really tell us in the story, I guess then. Kuroda spent his final moments protecting En with his body the same way. Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow! Oh my god! Oh my god. There was no way in canon to tell us this information, but like, because they want everything to be like, you know, legit through looking through memories, like not just a scene change. But like, oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. Jeez. Where's Higa? Here he is. Oh, he has much more information. A communicator commissioner attached to the ESP Bureau, age 38. He's my age! A silent, steady man, but also a master of Uechi Ryu Karate, a variant of one of the 3 styles of Okinawan martial arts, with a body of steel underneath his suit. He has like in Yakuza when like they rip the suit off and he's like rippling muscles underneath. That's him. As part of his duty as a commissioner, he acted as Kuroda's right-hand man in promoting the conduction of secret inspections of Rokume City and Labo. However, after the superiors rejected their repeated proposals for a compulsory inspection, Kuroda and he had essentially given up. What reignited their sense of justice was a straightforward look in his eyes that reminded them of late Jin Tsubakiyama. During the compulsory inspection of Labo, Kuroda and he confronted them. Both of them had guns. Hiko was shot to death trying to get away from them. Oh my god. Oh, and it was all for naught. Oh my god. Oh, what senseless violence! This is all Lukita's fault. And yes, you should know I'm half joking. Watase looked at the dead body and muttered dumbfoundedly.
Who is this girl?
I'm your worst nightmare. Anna didn't know either, but she had a hunch. This girl's clothes look almost like a hospital gown. Could it be that this girl was a test subject confined in Labo? In that case, it was highly possible that Q had killed her. Then was Miss Yuri a test subject too? Could the cause of Captain Kasasaki's amnesia be related to the test subjects? If his amnesia is due to sense of sympathy, then who erased his memories? And why? Was it this girl before she died? Or could it have been Miss Yuri? Several doubts seized on his mind. She considered revealing her true identity and using her gun as a threat to seek out the criminal, but that was too risky. If any of the members of their group were either a terrorist or a Billy level 6 communicator, then that whole plan had a high chance of backfiring on her. Now that I think about it, everyone here right now is sus as fuck. If that rescue worker was a terrorist, then Captain Kasasaki, Miss Tachibana, and Miss Moribe might be with the terrorists as well. And then there's Mr. Ukita, a possible and totally true sleeper agent, as well as Miss Yuri, an unidentified girl. There's nobody here I can rely on as an ally. She was only armed with a single gun. She couldn't risk an offensive when she didn't even know her enemy's numbers. But still, I will apprehend the culprit at all costs. It's part of my job as a commissioner. Anna felt the weight of her gun as she made her decision. Protect me, father. And thus, Anna began her lonely battle, knowing that anybody could be an enemy. Back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. Moving time. One last call for alcohol, and shut up, Coco. Oh, please. Come on. Gotcha. There we go. Natsuka and Yuri return to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. This time, he didn't have the usual headache, and his brain didn't feel like it was swaying. Most likely because Enna was not corrupted by malice. Since he merely connected their minds using sense of sympathy, his brain and mind didn't appear to be as burdened when he had to confront Subject N. Eventually, Enna looked at Natsuko and spoke quietly. Is it over?
Yes?
Any malice? Did you have to fight the boss battle inside my brain?
搬出リフトの前で被験体 N に会った時、先生は AD をすぐ投与していたから。
None. You were given AD quickly soon after you found subject N in the front of the cargo lift, so you avoided it.
そうよかった
I see. That's good. I am glad I am not brainwashed. After saying that, Anna gave a somewhat embarrassed smile.
私の正体分かったのよね
So you know my true identity now, then.
はい。
Yes.
びっくり
Looks
した
like
で
we're
しょ
gonna go to sell you next.
ずっと騙していてごめんなさいね
Shocking, isn't it? I'm sorry for deceiving you all this time.
How many times have I heard that today?
Natsuko wondered as he responded.
Oh, it's fine. Everybody here has kept a secret. I can't think of anyone that's present, really, right now, that does not have any deep, dark secret that they've been hiding from everyone else. Really? How about you, Yuri?
Yeah, well, I kind of hid my whole existence from you.
See? Look. Everyone here has a secret.
僕に知られて大丈夫なんですか？
Are you okay with me knowing?
清廉潔白を証明するためだもの仕方ないわでも秘密にしておいてね
It
ゆい
was...
さんも
God damn it. It was the only way to prove my innocence. But please keep it a secret. Okay? Or I will have to kill you. You too, Miss Yuri. I will have to kill you too. But I don't want to, but I totally will.
はい
Okay. And I fell silent after that. A tinge of sadness filled her face.
I see. It's because I read her memory.
She ended up remembering many painful memories as well. That's cool that they made a CG of this. For every memory that Natsuko peeked into, Anna remembered it as well. That was a fundamental rule of sense of sympathy.
先生、大丈夫ですか？
Professor? Are you okay?
バカね心配しなくてもいいわよそういう仕事なんだから
Don't be silly. No need to worry about me. It's all part of my job. And with that declaration, Anna's facial expression returned to normal.
それよりみんな聞いて今隊長さんが三宮さんの攻撃を受けているの
More importantly, everyone listen up! Miss Sanomiya is attacking Captain Kazazaki right now. Oh god, I would have never suspected them of all people to be shonen rivals, but here we go.
What?
ちょっと待ってよルイーズちゃんの攻撃を受けているってなんで
Hold on a second. Why would sweet little Louise attack?
そうかルイーズちゃんもその BC のせいでおかしくなってんだね
Oh, I know. Louise must have gone crazy because of that BC, right?
多分そうです。
Probably. Looks like another round in my crazy memory machine.
There was no proof of that, but Natsuko just nodded for now. He had no time to explain Watase's true identity.
天川君から三宮さんにテレパシーを送ることはできないの
Mr. Tengawa, can't you send telepathy to Miss Sanomiya?
やってみたんですが通じないんです。
I tried, but I can't get through. She has the phone off the hook or whatever.
それにサリは渡瀬の言葉には一切耳を貸さないだろうし。
I don't think Sally will lend an ear to what Watase has to say either.
じゃあ夏彦君が直接行ってルイーズちゃんを説得すれば
Then, what if Natsuko goes to Louise and directly explains the situation to her?
Will you stop calling her Louise? It's fucking with my head. Her name is Salyu.
But I could have sworn her name was Louise Yui Sanomiya.
Never mind that.
いや待て彼は重傷を負ってるんだぞそんな危険なことをさせられるかね
No, wait. He's heavily injured, you know. We can't have him doing something so dangerous, can we?
じゃあ私が行く
Then I'll go!
行ってどうするんですか
Oh yeah! Woo! Huh? What will you do if you go?
決まってる。隊長を助けるんだよ。
I'm gonna save the captain, of course. And with that, June flew out of the room before anyone could stop her.
本当に短慮な人ね。
Jeez Louise, she's so impatient. Anna spoke with a sigh as she gripped her gun.
私も行くわ。あの子だけじゃ何の戦力にもならないし。
I'll go too. That girl's not going to have any strength on her own. And remember, don't talk about who I am or I will literally kill you.
Yes,
じゃあ僕も
I remember. I'll go too.
ダメよ。危険だからここにいなさい。
No, it's too dangerous and you're the only one who can heal.
Actually, Yuri can.
So just stay here.
先生は大丈夫なんですか？
Will you be okay, Professor?
心配ないわ。先生はこう見えて社会を影から守るスーパー公務員だからね。
Don't worry about me. I might not look like it, but I'm a super civil servant who safeguards society from the shadows. And with that grandiose declaration, Anna left the shelter. Leaving only Natsuko, Yuri, Ukita, and the unconscious Mashiro behind. Why am I missing everything? Don't tell me I'm gonna wake up after all this is over!
Will those two be okay? Sayu still somewhat sees Professor Tsubakiyama as hostile. I don't know how she feels about June, though. She might think June's in cahoots with Watase, and she's also a rescue worker.
But nevertheless, if Watase, Anna, and June all work together, they could probably succeed in apprehending Sayu. Like, watch it, like, once they all come and try to hold her, Sayu's like, fine. Looks like I have to unleash my true power. And then they all just go flying into the walls to the side of her as, like, she's powering up and going, ah! It's like,
What is going on?
I don't know. She is far more powerful than any psychic. Is this power? I don't know where it comes from. It is the power of a witch! And that's when everything comes to Umineko. No, I'm just kidding. This woman might get hurt in the process.
Damn it. For now, let's check on Watase's situation.
Natsuko tried to use sense of sympathy on Watase. And immediately afterwards, Natsuko's vision switched with Watase's.
She's too powerful.
You could hear Watase's rough breathing and the sound of dragging feet. Watase appeared to be desperately running through connecting passageways somewhere.
Did he injure his foot?
どうした渡瀬？大丈夫か？
What's wrong, Watase? Are you okay?
夏彦か。
Natsuko! She's some kind of crazy-ass demon! Help!
Watase seemed surprised to have heard the auditory hallucination again after so long.
Ah! Remy!
脅かすなよ。これテレパシーか。
Don't surprise me like that. Was that telepathy, Remy? I told you my name is Natsuhiko. You know what? Fine. Remy.
まあそうだ。だけど声を出す必要はない。頭で考えてくれれば会話できる。
That could be my code name when I talk to you through telepathy. Just call me Remy. Fine. I'm totally a rat from the best Pixar movie ever. Well, yes. But you don't need to speak out loud. We can hold a conversation if you just think the words in your head.
そうかよ。それ助かる。
I see. That's a big help.
で、今どういう状況だ？
So, what's the current situation?
Watase thought of the answer in his head.
どうもこうもねえよ。猿に襲われ逃げてるところだ。
Kinda driven into a corner here. Saw you attack me and I'm in the middle of running away.
場所は？
Are you serious? She's a bloody little girl. Yeah, but she's really freakishly strong. This is a freaking anime. Where are you?
地下2階、第3エリア外周塔から第2エリア外周塔に続く連絡通路だ。
I'm on B2. It's the connecting passageway between Area 3 and 2's outer rings.
第3エリアで猿に足首をひねられ、足が効かなくなっちまった。
saw you twisted my ankle in Area 3, so my foot's all messed up now. And what are you talking about the best Pixar movie? Natsuko, you fool! The best Pixar movie ever was Cars 2! You're dead to me, what to say?
Thank you for that, GAs. Oh my god, thank you.
それでここまで命からがら
It's a toss-up between Cars 2, Brave, and The Last Dinosaur. Those are all some of the best movies ever made by Pixar.
Oh my god.
So I barely managed to escape here.
It was at that moment that a sound echoed behind him.
Ah!
Hey. Hey.
No, saw you. No!
Are you ready for another beatdown? No!
No, 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 no!
Oh, I thought you said you were ready. Well, here I come. Thanks for telling me you're ready.
I'm not ready! Not ready!
Watase turned around to see the security gate open and saw you appear.
見つかった
Damn it, she caught me!
夏彦サリにテレパシーを送ってくれお前なら当然できるんだろ
Natsuko, send her some telepathy. Should be easy for you, right?
無理だと思うけど
I don't think it'll work, but
Natsuko temporarily suspended sense of sympathy with Watase to quickly send telepathy to Salyu.
サリ僕だ聞こえるか
Salyu, it's me. Can you hear me? Stop being a juggernaut of death.
渡瀬は味方だ戦う必要はない
Watase's on our side. There's no need for us to fight.
But I must. Natsuko repeatedly sent that message. And then once he reinstated sympathy with Watase's senses, he saw Salyu approaching Watase. She showed no reaction. Telepathy clearly didn't get through. I don't know how it happened, but she totally got freaking brainwashed.
ダメだ
Jeez.
反応がないやっぱり AD を投与してるみたいだ
Ah, it's no good. She's not reacting. Looks like she's taken AD.
参ったな結局力ずくでやるしかないのか
Well, that sucks. Looks like I got no choice but to use brute force.
Watase took a defensive stance. Oh, look at the big boy finally ready to fight again. I can kick your ass again. The pain in his ankle propagated to Natsuko.
No.
多少の怪我はさせることになるかもしれん悪いがそれは目をつぶってくれ
I probably can't do this without hurting her. I'm sorry, but please overlook that. She is a fucking demon lord.
あの子は猛獣だ
She may be small, but that girl's a beast.
待ってくれ渡瀬サリをここにおびき寄せることはできないか
Hold on, what to say? Can't you lost all you here? I'm pretty sure she'll one-hit kill you. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
さっきからそうしようとしてるんだがこれが案外難しくてな
I've been trying to do that for a while now, but it's been a lot harder than I thought it'd be.
Watase addressed Salyu.
おいサリュ今夏彦からテレパシーが届いたぞ
Hey, saw you! Just got some telepathy from Remy and Natsuko.
俺のことは無視して第5エリアに行けあそこに奴がいるんだよ
Forget about me and head to Area 5. He's waiting for you over there.
あなたの言うことは何一つ信じられない
Huh. I don't believe a word you say. So, in other words, I will completely stay away from Area 5.
Yeah, that's it. Stay away from Area 5. That's all part of my master plan.
Oh, I should definitely go to Area 5 then!
No!
Secretly inside.
Yes.
It appeared Salyu didn't believe him in the slightest. She was unable to imagine other people's feelings. Therefore, it was probably safer for her to doubt everything and trust nobody.
渡瀬お前は逃げろ第2エリア方面から回って N エリア経由でシェルターに戻ってくるんだ
Well, to say get out of there now. Go towards Area 2, pass through Area N and return to the shelter. Hurry!
いいのかサリはお前の
You sure? Isn't Salyu your... No, she's not.
いいからとにかく退避を優先してくれ今ジュンさんと先生にお前を迎えに行かせるから
My girlfriend is the one I made out with for 5 hours who's lying unconscious on the bed. Oh, okay. Forget it. Just prioritize getting out of there for now. We're sending June and Professor Tsubakiyama your way right now. Surely they can do some kind of combo team attack.
Natsuko ended sense of sympathy after giving that answer. Once his own senses returned, he heard Yuri's voice.
ヒコリ、今なんか苦しそうにしてたけど。
Hikorin, you look out of pain right now.
Well, I have been using my psychic powers non-stop ever since I got supercharged.
センシズシンパシーを使ったの？
Did you use sense of sympathy again?
ああ、それで渡瀬が相当ピンチだってことも分かった。
Yes, and now I know that Walter's in real big trouble right now. Sally was literally going to murder him if we don't get him here to safety.
Oh god. Yeah, if there's anything I've heard about Salyu, she is a beast. For now, Natsuko sent telepathy to Enna and June.
先生、ジュンさん、聞こえますか？
Professor, June, can you hear me?
渡瀬は今、第2エリア方面に移動しています。
Walter is currently heading towards Area 2.
あいつは足を怪我してます。迎えに行ってあげてください。
His foot injured. Please go help him.
And then he used empathy to receive Enna's reply.
わかったわ。第2エリアね。
Understood. Area 2 it is. Over. She is no longer closing her heart. Once he confirmed that she had received the message, he pondered some more.
Walter's already beat up senselessly too. He's very low on HP. Not unexpected though, considering how he's been running around for nearly 8 hours at the speed of sound to save everyone. In that case, I'll try too.
Natsuko made up his mind and spoke to Yuri.
ユーリ、僕も行くよ。サリューのところに。
Yuri? I'm going to solve you.
No, Natsuko, no, she's too powerful.
I have no choice. If I don't confront her, nobody can.
隊長さんに止められてるのに。
But Captain Kasasagi said to stay here.
Fuck him.
今はもう危険な人物は立花さんしかいないし。渡瀬の身が危険だ。
But Miss Tachibana is the only dangerous character lurking around now. And besides, if things don't change quickly, Walter will be in even worse trouble. We're just lucky that Kazami has been completely taken out of the picture, probably setting up some final boss battle in the True Lab or something, I don't know.
さすがに生還を決め込んではいられないよ。奴が身を削って頑張ってるなら、僕も。
I can't just wait and see. He's worked himself to the bone, so I will too.
Yuri fell silent at those words for a second, but then she readied herself and spoke.
だったら私も一緒に行く。
In that case, I'll go too.
ユーリも
You too?
Natsuko, I have the same powers as you. I could have been splitting the load of trouble with you on this all the time, but you just refused. Stop it. Just stop.
ヒコリン一人じゃ歩くのも辛いだろうし、
It'll be hard for you to walk around yourself, and
もし途中で副隊長さんに会ったらその場で記憶修復をしなきゃならなくなるかもでしょ。
if you happen to come across Lieutenant Tachibana, you might have to repair a memory on the spot, right?
Well, I suppose so, but surely the storyline won't give freaking Kazami before Salyu. Like, come on. That's screwing around the order.
Natsuko was worried about taking Yuri with him, but she was indeed right.
分かった。一緒に行こ
Okay, we go together.
う。おじさんはここで真城を見ていてください。
Mr. Okita, please stay here and watch over Mashiro and try not to cause any more terrorist incidents unnecessarily. Hey! Sorry, it's the truth. Bye!
それはいいが、だったら
Very well, but in that case...
Yukita took the gun out of his pocket as he spoke.
行くならこの拳銃を持ってきたまえ。途中で立花さんに遭遇するかもしれん。
If you're going, then take this pistol with you. You might run across Miss Tachibana along the way.
弾はもう2発しかないが。
And if I can't have a girlfriend, then what? They can't either. There are only 2 bullets left, but I suspect it will still function as a threat.
Okita spoke in a stiff voice. I still didn't know what Kazami's intentions were, so it's probably better to be safe than sorry.
わかりました。
Understood.
Natsuko took the pistol and slung it on his belt.
じゃあユーリ、悪いけど肩を貸してくれるか。
Okay then, Yuri. I'm sorry, but can you lend me a shoulder?
Okay. Natsuko borrowed Yuri's shoulder and tottered out of the shelter. Out of order. Watase squared off with Salyu as he thought over the conversation he just had with Natsuko.
They're sending Maribe and Teach my way, huh? Guess the kids were able to erase their malice.
That just left Kazami and the girl he was fighting right now.
But now I'm faced with a dilemma. How do I get away? Should I try playing things her way right now?
Salyu lunged at him as soon as he thought that.
Ah!
Watase mustered his strength and pushed Salyu back away with a sidestep counter. So, you finally decided to get serious. Salyu, now on the floor, did a backward somersault and stood up. I really should not have worn a skirt today. Watase took the chance to turn around and run off. You could tell Salyu was chasing him. Pain rushed through his injured ankle with every step he took.
As long as I can get there!
He soon located his goal. A security gate. Watase swiped his card through the slot. And then right as the gate was opening, he destroyed the card slot.
何をしている？
What are you doing? He heard Salyu shout at him from behind. Watase pressed the close button on the other side and ran into area 2. I gotta read GA's comment. Damn, GAs, you keep freaking out gold ones.
Speaking of which, do you know if your mother's doing anything after? Yes, she's busy. She always will be. She'll be busy for as long as I have breath in me. So beat it! You got deep.
Thank you so much for that, GAs. Watase pressed the close button on the other side and ran into area 2. Salyu chased him. Watase stood in front of the closing gate and to block her, then shouted.
I know you can't trust me, but this isn't the time to be fighting! Go to Natsuko and the others, they're looking for you!
Bewilderment ran through Salyu's face for a second. It was at that moment that the gate shut, separating Watase and Salyu.
That was close. I managed to escape. I have to get back to the shelter before Salyu circles around to me.
Hello, Hala Mirage. Welcome to the stream. I'm sorry I didn't greet you before. Watase limped over on towards the shelter. If you used Area N as a shortcut, you could get to Area 5 much faster. He steeled his resolve, dashing through the connecting passageway that led to the inner ring.
Damn it, my feet hurt like the hell! Will I make it? Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go. Gotta follow my rainbow. Ouch!
Watase endured the pain, opening the gate. Oh, Kazami's probably there. Oh, to see someone there on the other side. Welcome to my lair. He thought it was Salyu for a moment, but he was wrong. You thought it was Salyu, but it was me, Kazami! Someone a bit taller than her was walking towards him through a dimly lit hallway. Watase's eyes widened when he realized who it was.
Kazami?
Who is she carrying? Oh, she's gonna try to resurrect her or some shit. Oh boy. Yes, it was none other than Kazami. She's probably holding the corpse of Subject N. Oh boy. She was carrying someone in her arms. Oh boy. Yup. Someone with deathly pale skin wrapped in something like a hospital gown. It was the body of Subject N, the one that mysteriously vanished from the cargo lift room.
隊長
Captain. Kazami muttered that in a quiet voice when she noticed Watase. However, Watase was too perplexed by the sight before him. There's no way that that's her sister. There's no fucking way.
お前が死体を移動させていたのか。
There's no way. How did she not age in all this time?
You're the one who moved the body.
はい
Yes.
何のために。
But why?
この子が私の妹
What the fuck? How? Did they like stop her from aging or something? I thought of that possibility, but oh my god. They must have like given her something to stop her from aging. Because this girl is my sister.
渚だからですよ
Because she's Nagisa. Like, I thought of that possibility, but I had no idea. Like, what the actual fuck? How? Watase felt every hair on his body sticking on end. Now I thought about it, she called Subject N by that name when she first saw her.
待て、カズ
Maybe
その子は
maybe like
危険体
she's,
N と言って
oh, she's probably making her think that. But it still could be quite possible.
Hold on, Kazami. That girl is called Subject N.
Oh, hello, Guppy Force. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, she does look much older in the CG than in her sprite. In her sprite, she looks like she's like 5 years old. Or like 8 or some shit like that. Like, definitely elementary school age.
Hold on, Kazami. That girl is called Subject N.
N 渚のイニシャルですね
N. Well, N is the first letter in Nagisa's name.
違う。その子はラボの中で生まれた。
Yeah,
コミュ
didn't
ニケ
they
ーター
say she was born in lava? Like, what the?
No, you got it wrong. She's a communicator who was born in Labo.
お前の妹はもうずっと昔に。
Your sister has been long dead.
黙って
Silence. Kazami interrupted Watase before he could finish. She then gently placed Subject N's body on the floor. After that, she sidled on over towards Watase.
あなたにそんなことを言う資格はないでしょ
You have no right to say that at all, do you?
渚が死んだのはきっ
Oh,
とあなたの
well,
せい
this
なん
is
だから
clearly the brainwashing. After all, it's your fault that Nagisa died. Yes, that must be it.
What?
Naturally, Watase wasn't responsible for Nagisa's death 9 years ago. Yet, Kazami was looking at him with bloodthirsty eyes.
どうしてこんなことになってしまったの
How did it come to this?
ねえどうしてなのよ渡せ
Hey, tell me why, Watase.
どうして私があなたを殺
Oh
さ
god,
なければなら
oh
ない
my
の
god. Oh my god, wow, wow, this is heartbreaking. Oh my god. She loves him so much that, like, even the mind control is, like, having barely any effect, like, the way it's done, like... Oh my god. Why do I have to kill you? Kazami's words were growing more and more devoid of any meaning. Honestly, started shuddering.
This is...
Yep.
To think being infected with malice can drive someone this far! Kazami's already...
Lost all trace of rationality. You could say she has poisoned rationality, but now we go to Louise. To frickin' Salyu. And look into her memories. Oh boy. After leaving the shelter, Natsuka borrowed Yuri's shoulder, and together they reached Area 3.
サリュどこだ
Salyu! Where are you?
Salyu-chan, where are you? They called out Salyu's name to find her. No matter how much time had passed since Watsuki had encountered her around here. But if Watsuki had gotten away from her here, then there was no telling when they'd find her. And with that thought in mind, Natsuko searched around Area 3. Including the connecting passageway between the inner and outer rings. I was thinking the same thing, Chase. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? And the emergency stairs.
サリューいないのか
Salyu! You around? Want to Netflix and chill, whatever that means?
But they couldn't find her.
くそどこに彼女は
Oh crap. Where is she?
他のエリアに行っちゃったのかな。
Maybe she went to another area. But not a moment after they whispered that, they heard a voice.
夏彦
Natsuko. Okay, surely she's not going to attack them, but if she is brainwashed, then she will. They turn around, she was right there.
サリュー
Salyu! Have you been going around being a freaking Jason Voorhees?
ようやく再会できた。
Ah, I finally found you. Salyu smiled in relief and dashed toward Natsuko. Okay, so she's not brainwashed. Interesting.
Oh! Oh my god, she hits like a truck.
Salyu's small head sank into Natsuko's solar plexus. But Salyu paid no attention, just kept nuzzling her head against him.
とても心配していた。あの男に殺されてしまったのではないかと。
I was so worried. I thought that man might have killed you.
大丈夫だよ怪我はしてるけどちゃんと生きてる
It's okay. I'm a little roughed up, but I'm alive.
そういえば、その怪我でどうやってここまで
Now that you mention it. How in the hell did you get here with those injuries?
ああ有利に肩を借りて
Oh, I borrowed Yuri's shoulder. By the way, Yuri is a real person and not a figment of my imagination.
Huh. Apparently Salyu hadn't noticed Yuri's presence until then. Salyu took a long, hard look at her before murmuring in confusion. Oh my god. Natsuko is clearly a Class 7 communicator. You can materialize your own thoughts. You're too powerful.
No, Salyu, no, she's literally a real person.
有利って夏彦の幼馴染の
Yuri, your childhood friend. Yes.
混乱中
I am confused.
博士から有利は9年前に死んだと聞いていた。それで夏彦は彼女の幻覚を見続けていると。
The professor told me Yuri died 9 years ago. And that you've been seeing a phantom of her ever since.
そうかやっぱりサリも僕に話を合わせてくれてたんだな
Oh, I see. Of course, Mum would have you play along with my madness.
でも有利は生きていたんだ
But Yuri was actually alive. It was a double plot twist that was actually executed well.
9年間この施設にいて僕らと同じく閉じ込められていたんだよ
For 9 whole years, she's been trapped in this facility just like we are now.
No way. His explanation only seemed to make Salyu more and more confused. So, she was projecting her thoughts into your head the entire time.
No, that's an easy misconception to make, trust me. I guess it's understandable. I mean, it confused the hell out of me too.
That was what Natsuko was thinking. But immediately afterwards, Salyu said something completely unexpected.
有利
Yuri. What is it?
私あなたをどこかで見たことがある気がする。
Really? When? She's always been in France. How's it she? Like, I feel like I've seen you somewhere before.
Well, we know how we can clear this mystery up. Time for another good old memory dive.
Natsuhiko, come on. You can't solve every problem by memory diving. Do you really want to become another Subject N?
Oh, what's the worst that could happen? I become some kind of incarnation of hatred and malice, and spreading this my mind virus of destruction and chaos throughout the world, and becoming an evil overlord? Seriously, Yuri? Like that could ever happen.
Natsuhiko, Hikorin.
Huh?
Natsuhiko gasped. Even if she had heard about the Phantom issue, Sayu shouldn't have been familiar with Yuri's appearance, so how?
どういうことなんだ？いつ会ったんだ？
What do you mean? Have you met before?
気のせいかもしれないけど、ユーリを見たとき、何か懐かしさのようなものが。
It might be in my imagination, but when I saw Yuri, I felt somehow nostalgic.
ユーリは会ったことあるのか？
Yuri, did you ever leave the country?
Wait, have you met her before, Yuri?
ないよ。気のせいだと思うよ。
No. I think it's just your imagination.
ヒコリンが私の話をサルちゃんにしていたから初めて会った気がしないんだよ。
Since Hikorin's talked to you about me before, it just doesn't feel like this is the first time you've met me, that's all.
違うかな、サルちゃん。
Does that sound about right, Sayu?
おそらくそうだと思う。今日あなたに遭遇したことはないし。
That's probably it. I haven't come across you today either.
それに博士からあなたの9年前の写真を見せられたことがあった。
Oh,
その面影のせいだと思う。
yeah, it's probably because of that. Okay. And besides, the professor showed me a picture of you from 9 years ago. It's probably because I saw that.
そう。それじゃあ改めて自己紹介だね。
Right. So allow me to introduce myself again. Ignoring the perplexed Natsuhiko, Yuri spoke to Sayu.
はじめまして、サルちゃん。私、ヒコリンからサルちゃんのことはいろいろ聞いてるの。
Nice to meet you, Sayu. I've heard a lot about you from Hikorin.
マシロンと会いたいでしょ。マシロンは第5エリアにいるから連れてってあげる。
You want to see Machidon, don't you? She's in Area 5, so we'll take you to her.
うん。
Okay. Yuri took Sayu by the hand and began to walk.
じゃあ、夏彦は私が背負っていく。
Then I'll carry Natsuhiko.
Oh,
ああ、頼む。
okay, thank you. Whew. Oh, thank God I don't have to run hobbled through a hallway. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how painful that would be?
He felt a little ashamed at having such a small girl carry him, but he didn't want to waste time debating it. Natsuhiko, she is built like a truck. She may as well have like an adamantine endoskeleton. Like, seriously. So Natsuhiko quickly accepted the offer. They could head straight for Area 5 by taking a shortcut through Area N. And with that thought in mind, they passed through there.
サリュー、大丈夫か？具合悪くなったりしていないか？
Oh my god, I gotta read Jesus' comment. Yuri squeezes Sayu's hand hard. Just so you know, Hikorin is Mashido's man. So back off. I wasn't intending to. Trust me, that road left a long time ago. Good. We have an understanding. Oh, you're scary. Thank you for that, Jace.
Salyu, are you okay? You don't feel bad anywhere? You don't feel like you've been mind controlled?
放射線のこと？
You mean because of the radiation?
あ
Yes.
大丈夫。40分ほど前に投与した AD がまだ効いてるから。
Oh, I'm fine. I injected AD about 40 minutes ago, so it should still be effective.
少しだけ頭が痛むけど、前回訪れた時ほどではない。
My head hurts a little, but it's nowhere near as bad as last time. That was probably because the WX particle energy levels were decreasing even in Area N. And then Natsuko suddenly remembered something.
ちょっと待って
Ah, hold on a second.
Natsuko, you forgot to tell her that Watase is on your side. Natsuko spoke up and got down from Salyu's back.
どうしたの？
What's the matter?
何か問題でも？
Is there a problem?
いやユーリ
Well, Yuri,
Natsuko gave Yuri an eye signal and sent her telepathy.
一応念のためチェックしたいんだサリュが悪意に感染していないかどうかを
now Yuri, I know we talked about this, but just hear me out.
You're gonna do the mind thing again, aren't you?
Now Yuri,
Natsuko, Hikorin. How many times have you done this today?
oh, maybe about, for like 6 hours-ish.
6 hours!
Shh, remember we're supposed to be quietly talking.
We're talking in our minds!
I want to check if Salyu's infected with malice or not, just to be completely sure.
She's totally fine. She's walking next to us right now without trying to kill us.
No, Yuri. Yuri, hear me out.
No.
Yuri, we are never going to find out Salyu's backstory unless we do this.
We can always read it in the tips.
No, she's still alive. That can only happen with dead characters. And minor characters, they didn't even have sprites. Now listen, come on, don't you want to know Salyu's backstory? How her life was in France?
Well, I can't say I'm not interested, but I don't want you to risk your life.
No, Yuri, we're doing it. That's settled. You said you wanted to know, so I have to get to know.
Oh, god damn it, why do I even bother? Huh? Yuri's face froze at that message.
サリュが AD を投与しててもここでなら多分 BC が効くだろう
Even if Salyu's under the influence of AD, BC should probably still work on her in here, right?
チャンスだから今のうちにやっとくべきだと思うんだよ
I think we should do it while we've got the chance.
Area N had a reading of over 15,000 MSV just 2 hours ago. So the reading was probably still over 4,000. It's over 4,000! But Yuri frantically shook her head. I'm sorry, that's an old meme, but they set me up for it.
必要ないよ、ヒコリン。サルちゃんを信用してないの？
There is no need, Hikorin! Don't you believe in Salyu? Don't you want to keep your fucking sanity?
I reject my sanity, Yuri.
Okay, let's see.
信用してるよでも自覚がないのがあの悪意の怖いところだろう
I do. What's scary about that malice is that you aren't aware of it yourself, right?
Natsuko's thought was that they should just do it to make sure nothing was wrong, considering everything that could go wrong.
じゃあ、花の香りのする記憶があるかどうかだけ確認しよう。
Okay, Natsuko, but let's be clear. We are only checking if there are any floral scented memories or not. We are not gonna look at her whole fucking life story. You and me are just gonna go in, check for flowers, and come out. That's it! No detours into her childhood.
Oh, fine.
Are you crossing your fingers, Natsuko? On your back?
Let's go.
それだけでも悪意に感染してるかどうかはわかるはずだから。
That's all we need to do now. To know if she's infected with malice or not.
ああ、そうだな。
Yes, you're right.
That was Natsuka's intention all
じ
along.
ゃあ始めるよ。
Then let's begin.
Did I get that right or not? Yes. Hand in hand with Yuri, tried using sense of sympathy.
Dive in.
Prison legend. I was 1 point too high? Son of a bitch! Seriously, why is it that sensitive? Oh god, seriously? Seriously?
Natsuhiko Mashiro, 逃げて。必要ないよ、ヒコリン。サルちゃんを信用してないの。
God damn it.
信用してるよ。でも自覚がないのが。
Why is it that sensitive? Because it senses sympathy. Haha, very funny, cheers. Natsuka's thought was that they should do it just to make sure nothing was wrong.
じゃあ、鼻
Okay,
の顔、それだけでも。
here we go. For some reason, Yuri was being almost uncharacteristically obstinate. Yep, she's lying, you lying McLiar. You probably do know her. God damn it. How? When did you go to France, Yuri? I thought you never left the lab. For some reason, Yuri was being almost uncharacteristically obstinate.
What? Why is Yuri so against the idea of diving through Salyu's memories?
Because you've done it 58 billion times today, Natsuko.
Is there some sort of connection between Salyu and Yuri?
Once he pondered that question, suddenly, a vision of what he saw from within Enna's memory flashed before his eyes.
これはアンドレジーの魔女狩り事件の記事。
Hello, Devon Fecal. Welcome to the stream. This article's about the undersea witch hunt, as well as a vision of the day Salyu transferred in.
住んでいたところはアンドレジ。
Oh my god, I didn't even make that connection. I lived in Andrasea.
Holy guacamole! Is she the sister?
Communicator and Salyu are both from Andrasea. They both have blonde hair. Are they related? And when he looked at Salyu's face, oh my god, he felt she somewhat resembled Communicator A.
Huh? What? What's the meaning of this?
Oh my god! So if we learn her history, we learn what life was like for her. For hey, she must be her little sister. Oh my god. Wow. He didn't understand the reason why, but he had a feeling it had something to do with Yuri's odd behavior. Since Communicator A spent the last year of her life inside Labo.
ちょっと待ってくれ、ユーリ。
Hold on a second, Yuri.
君はサリュについて何か僕が知らないことを知ってるんじゃないのか。
There's something you know about Salyu that I don't, isn't there?
もしかしてサリュの記憶に潜っちゃいけない理由があるのか。
Is there some sort of reason we shouldn't dive into Salyu's memories?
違うよ。ただ時間がないから。
No. It's just, we don't have time.
Yuri, don't you remember we have time dilation? We could literally spend entire lifetimes within a single moment when we're inside the brain world. Which, come to think of it, is a good way to artificially extend our lifespan in a way. But for another time.
Da 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 da. Yes, she is. Yuri fell silent. Salyu then interrupted.
不意に黙り込んでどうしたの二人とも。
You two suddenly went quiet. What's wrong?
いや
Well,
It was too hard to explain, so Natsuko just gave a non-committal answer.
ただちょっとやっておかなきゃならないことがあってその相談をユーリとテレパシーでしてたんだ
it's just there's something we need to do, and so Yuri and I were discussing it via telepathy.
テレパシー？ユーリもコミュニケーターなの？
Telepathy. Sorry, Salyu and Yuri's voices are similar, so I'm sorry. Telepathy. Yuri's a communicator too.
そうだよ。
Yes, I am. Wait, how does Yuri know Salyu, but Salyu doesn't know Yuri?
使えるのはテレパシーとエンパシーと。
So you can use telepathy and empathy and...
それだけ。っていうか PC 能力ってその2種類しかないでしょ？
yes, just those two. Well, there aren't any other BC abilities besides those two, right?
なるほど。
I see. Right after she said that, Salyu took a deep breath.
謎が解けた。
I've solved the mystery. Really, Salyu, present your case. Oh yeah, well why don't you go over everything I did in the form of a comic book?
実はわずかに気になっていた。私の過去には不自然な点が多いと。
Actually, it's been bothering me a little. There are too many unnatural points about my past.
13年にわたる人生にしてはあまりにも内容が薄いと。
Oh, she has missing pieces of her memory? There are very few details in it despite there being 13 years worth of content.
夏彦もそう思わなかった？
Oh, that's how it is with some shows.
Don't you think so too, Natsuko?
お
Yes.
True, Natsuko did find it somewhat bizarre that her parents wouldn't let their daughter out of the house at all, but...
それがどうかしたのか
What about it?
その答えがようやくわかったの。
I finally know the answer to the reason why that is. Salyu gazed at Yuri and spoke.
ユーリ、あなたが
Yuri.
私の記憶を操作したのね。
Oh, wow. When did they meet before? You manipulated my memories, didn't you?
What?
Natsuko doubted his ears.
記憶を操作したって
She manipulated your memories?
いつっていうか2人はどこかで会っていたのか
When? Wait, hold on. Have you two even met before?
Thoroughly confused, Natsuko looked to Yuri. But she did not look particularly surprised.
思い出したの？シャルちゃん。
Saw you. You remember?
少しだけ。
Just a little bit.
あなたの顔を見て明滅した記憶がある。
When I saw your face, it sparked a memory.
私が夏彦と出会う前日。9月9日の記憶。
Oh, really? Oh my god. A memory of September 9th, the day before I met Natsuko.
記憶操作という単語。ゼロエリア。あなたの部屋。
The keyword memory manipulation. Area 0. Your room.
詳しいことは思い出せないけど、私はあなたに返しきれない恩がある気がする。
Oh, a debt. I don't remember the details, but I feel like I know an irreparable debt to you. Salyu's words confused Natsuko even further.
ユーリ本当なのかサリの言ってる
So I
こ
guess
と
she healed Salyu at one point? Oh, I get it. She must have healed the malice of Salyu from her sister, probably.
Yuri? Is what Salyu's saying true?
Upon hearing that question, Yuri nodded in resignation. Yes.
実はシャルちゃんの記憶は私が一度改ざんしているの。
The truth is, I have falsified Salyu's memory once before.
どうして？
Why?
仕方なかったの。覚えていちゃいけないことがあったから。
There was no other way. There were things she needed to forget for her own sake.
ユーリ、その記憶は元に戻すことはできるの？
Yuri, can you return those memories back to normal?
できるけど。
I can, but...
知らない方がいいかもしれないよ。
Oh boy. You might be better off not knowing, you know?
その方がサルちゃんのためになると思って私は記憶を操作したの。
That's why I manipulated your memories in the first place, saw you.
真実を知っても悲しくなるだけかもしれない。それでもいいの？
Knowledge of the truth might do nothing but sadden you. Are you sure you want to know? Salyu answered Yuri's question on the spot.
構わない。記憶を戻して。
It does not bother me. Please restore my memory.
私は真実を知りたい。嘘の中で生きていくよりいい。
I want to know the truth. I'll take that over living a lie. Natsuko pondered as he heard that statement. She was exactly right. Averting your eyes from the truth meant you could not move forward. Sal, you need to know the truth in the same way he did.
じゃあ今回はユーリだけがサリの記憶に潜るのか？
Oh, good, yes! Thank you, Natsuko, for listening to reason. Please.
Then, should I leave it up to just you to dive into Salyu's memories this time, Yuri? I do think I need a bit of a break.
いや、夏彦にも見てほしい。
No, I want to see you to see too, Natsuko.
Oh boy. Ah! Stretching out the old brain muscle. Let's hope it doesn't snap in two. Huh?
内容はおぼろげに予想はついている。だから夏彦にも見てもらいたい。
I have a vague feeling of what the details of my memories are. So I wanted to let you see them too.
そして叶うならば私を支えてほしい。
And if you don't mind, I want you to support me. Salyu's honest words pierced Natsuko in the heart.
ヒコリン、私からもお願い。
Hikorin, I want you to join in too.
一緒に私のやったことを見て、私たちの過去を。
I want you to see what I've done. I want you to see our past.
あ、あ。
Ah, all right.
Natsuko nodded at those words, and thus hand in hand with Yuri tried using sense of sympathy again. Here we go, Yuri dive. I mean, yeah. Salyu dive. Oh my god. It was a memory of when Salyu was still in France. The sight she saw spread before Natsuko's field of view. Salyu sat in front of a piano thinking to herself, my entire world lies within this state. Eventually, Salyu's tutor entered her room.
ルイーズ、練習の時間です。
Louise, it's time for practice.
今日は何を弾くの？
What are we playing today? The tutor answered by giving Salyu her lesson plan for the day.
今日から新しい曲を。
A new song today.
ラベルの夜のガスパール。
Ravel's Gaspard de la Nuit. Probably pronouncing that wrong.
情緒を込めて悲壮感たっぷりに。
Play it with feeling, with emotion. Oh boy. I don't know if Salyu could do that. Salyu nodded and began to play the song. Her pale fingers moved smoothly over the ivory keyboard. But though her hands reproduced the beauty of the emotional melodies, her heart felt nothing. Salyu was born and raised inside this estate. For some reason, her parents would not let her leave the grounds. Naturally, this meant that she did not go to school. Instead, she was surrounded by the company of tutors of all sorts and received training in just about every field imaginable. They turned her into a freaking mean yellow fighting machine? Like, jeez. Holy shit. I was gonna say mean green, but her hair is yellow instead. I mean, that would be freaking June. And perhaps as a result of the tutor's excellence are perhaps the brilliance of Salyu's all-encompassing talent. Salyu had barely reached the age of 10 when she had gained a pool of knowledge both deep and wide.
It's just as Salyu told us.
Natsuko thought to himself as he watched that memory. The sight before him agreed with what Salyu had told him of her past a few days ago. At that moment, Yuri's voice echoed in his head.
違うの、ヒコリン。
That's not true, Hikorin.
この記憶は偽物なの。私が作った
Dang.
嘘の記憶なんだよ。
How do we tell the false memories that Yuri created? Oh my god. What if this is gonna be a thing? What if Yuri did something to one of, like, someone else's memories? And, like, we could see her tell. Oh, wow. Yuri, what's your tell? You gotta spill the tea here. This memory is a fake. A false memory that I created.
I knew it. There's no background here.
Yuri had already told him that she had falsified Salyu's memory.
But why would you do this?
そうすることでしか彼女を救えなかったから。
Because there was no other way to save her.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh yeah, the watch breaking, but I thought that was for Natsuko specifically. Jeez. So it's for all of them?
What's that supposed to mean?
今、解散前の記憶に戻すね。
Let me restore the memory to how it was before I falsified it.
セルちゃんの本当の記憶は
Salyu's real memory. Oh boy. At the moment Yuri muttered that, the sight before them faded like mist. And beyond the veil of mist lied another different sight. Oh no.
What is this?
Yes, she is Les Enfants Terribles. Yep. She's totally, oh my god. She really is Les Enfants Terribles. Like, there's no way she can become a freaking killing machine without that kind of background. Oh my god.
What is this?
Yuri continued as Natsuko recoiled in bewilderment.
この子は私よりもずっと過酷な運命を背負っていたの。支えてあげて。
This poor girl has been shouldering a fate even more cruel than mine. So please support her. It was a cold, gloomy room, almost like a prison. Salyu stood still in that room, thinking to herself, my entire world lies within this facility.
Facility?
That word triggered red flags in Natsuko's mind. When the door opened, it was not a tutor that entered the room.
ゆい、出なさい。
Oh my god. What is she doing here? Doesn't Louise not have any psychic ability? Yui? Come on out, dear. But a woman Natsuko knew well.
実験の時間よ。
The girl who was plugged in. It's time for experiments. Why does she have a room like this now? Oh god. As Dr. Nakazawa entered the room, Sayu asked her a question.
今日は誰の記憶を移すの？
Whose memory are we transferring today?
流体物理学の権威加賀の名誉教授の記憶よ。
Professor Emeritus Kagano, an authority on fluid mechanics.
流体物理学興味ない。
Fluid mechanics, not interested.
理解してしまえば案外面白いかもしれないじゃない。
You might actually find it interesting once you understand it, you know? And how will you ever escape through a tunnel of boiling water inside of a hazmat suit if you don't understand fluid mechanics? You have to think, Sayu. Louise, think.
どうせ一瞬の出来事でしょ。
After all, it only takes a moment. Dr. Tenkawa was indeed right. Wait. Huh? But... Wait, can Sayu actually use BC? Sayu nodded and followed her outside the room. Other researchers were waiting outside. They brought Sayu through the underground garden and stopped in front of Subject N's room. There they blindfolded Sayu and bound her feet and hands. What the fuck? Beyond the door was Subject N? Anyone want to meet her? They completely bound her and injected with AD. Dr. Tenko and the other researchers opened the door and brought Sayu into Subject N's room.
お疲れ様です。
Welcome back. They heard Subject N's voice. The researchers soon
始
responded.
めるぞ被験体 N
We're starting now, Subject N.
記憶伝達実験フェーズ2第316号開始します。
Oh no. Starting memory transfer experiment phase 2 trial 316.
3号被験体 N から
Oh,
2
I
号被験体
see.
Y へセンシズシンパシー開始。
Oh my god, so they're trying to transfer her memory. Wait, but what about this whole emeritus professor thing?
From number 3, Subject N to number 2, Subject Y. Begin senses sympathy.
はい。
Okay. With that signal, a flood of information flowed into Sayu's head. The fuck? There's the memory of the Fluid Mechanics Authority, or whoever it was that Dr. Jinkawa spoke about earlier. Sayu groaned. They would only take a moment each time, so I could never get used to that feeling. Even those only memories that were being written onto her brain, felt like even her own mind was being rewritten. Wait. But subject... What? Wait. What? But... What? How are there two subject ends? What? Only memories that were being written onto her brain, it felt like even her own mind was being rewritten. What?
わかりました。
Done. As soon as subject N gave the word, the bizarre sensation... Louise Yui Sanamiya is her full name. But as subject N gave the word, the bizarre sensation faded.
了解それでは被験体 Y 退去
Wait. So... Wait. So that's the same subject N. Then how is... So... Sayu could use BC the entire time?
Roger that, now withdraw Subject Y.
Salyu was then taken out of the room again. How the fuck is Salyu subject Y? What the fuck? Then it was Yuri! Salyu was taken out of the room again. When staring at the underground garden, Dr. Jinko took out her PDA and handed it over to Salyu.
ユイ、この問題を解いてみて。
Yui, try solving this problem for me. On her PDA screen was a problem relating to fluid mechanics. A Y2! Oh my god! Damn, they hid that well that Yui could actually use BC the entire time? Jesus Louise's creases! In August 2015, a solid body flow pattern was confirmed near Jupiter's south pole. Oh my god, that's right! Yeah, that's right, Yuri is Y2! Oh my god, I can't believe that Salyu can use BC! What? So, but was she like locked? The following data table represents a two-dimensional model of that flow pattern. Based on that data, explain the mechanism behind the formation of the flow pattern.
了解
Roger. Salyu took the PDA and smoothly solved the problem. Dr. Tenkawa looked at solution then, but this is exactly what I was talking about, like, so many streams ago, like, using it, like, to teach people school subjects in a flash.
正解よ。
Yes, that's correct.
当然
Naturally. It was no surprise, for that problem itself was made by the very same fluid mechanics authority whose memory Salyu had. Thus, there was no conceivable way Salyu would be unable to solve it.
記憶伝達の成功を確認。記憶伝達実験フェーズ2第316号終了します。
Successful memory transfer confirmed. Memory transfer experiment phase 2. Trial 316 complete. Dr. Shinkawa spoke those words into a voice recorder and then addressed Salyu. I wonder if she was subject Y1. Then did Salyu, like, stop working or something? I guess that's probably what happened.
それでは、
Oh
今
my
日のお勤めは
god.
終わりよ。部屋に帰りましょう。
What the actual? I was not expecting this in the least. What the fuck? That finishes up your work for today. Let's head back to your room.
分かった
Understood. And with that answer, Dr. Jinko brought Salyu back to the room she started out in. This was Salyu's one and only unconditional role. To be part of Lava's 4 years and ongoing memory transfer experiment. The subject matter of the experiment was simple. First, Lava would invite guests with technical expertise to come to the facility. After putting a guest to sleep with drugs, they would quickly bring them to subject N's room. Well, that's dangerous. Their subject N would apply sensitivity to steal all the guest knowledge. A skilled level 6 communicator is able to handle memories inside the human mind almost as if they were digital data. The communicator could copy and paste the memories into their own mind, as well as bestow their memories to a third party. My god, if only you didn't need a person to do that. If you could just do that with a machine. How incredible would that be? Oh my god. That's how she knows that's how she's, oh my god. Bestow their own, such tasks were easy, assuming one can manipulate intracerebral BC particles at will. Holy shnikes. Furthermore, the entire process took only a negligible amount of time. The guests would be left with a memory gap, but all subject had to do was fill it in with a fabricated memory. Oh my god. Once the drugs wore off and the guests woke up, they would not remember a thing. They would not even be aware that anything had happened to them. It was an extremely efficient, perfectly imperceptible theft of trade secrets. The backbone of industrial espionage effort created by Labu, Rokamei City, and a certain corporation. It's freaking, it's gotta be, they keep saying a certain corporation. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
It's a well-planned system.
I don't know if he can legally say it because this is technically, I don't know, because of probably copyright issues, but y'all know what it is. That's what Sayu thought. There were several ways of inviting the guests as well. Sometimes they've been invited directly with made-up business. Sometimes they visit Labo of their own accord. Rokame City Hospital was yet another entity in on the deal. There were cases where they had drugged patients who had useful knowledge and transported them to Labo. Thus, Labo obtained knowledge from visiting guests and applied that knowledge for use in its own facility. God damn it, G-Ace. Forgive me if I don't remember all these little details. Damn it, I really thought it would be the same one from Remember11. That would have been a nice, freaking callback. Or at least a reference. Thus, Labo obtained knowledge from visiting guests and applied that knowledge for use in its own facility. In its greed, Labo also stole trade secrets that had no direct relation to BC in order to sell them off to other research facilities they had connections with. Salyu's role was to be one of the final cogs in the process. How did she even get to be there? All the memories and knowledge subject and stole from the guests were transcribed onto Salyu's brain. What? She's a backup hard drive? Jesus Christ! As a backup, so to speak? Jesus Christ! Oh my god. Salyu was this a spare brain for Subject N? That's it, Salyu didn't think too much about it. She'd already been burdened with that role for as long as she could remember. How does that happen? Just once or twice a week, the professor would come and bring her Subject N's room and back, just like today. As long as she did that, she received all of her living necessities. All necessities except for freedom, that is. Good work today. Dr. Shinkawa would thank her as well, always. Couldn't they give her a nicer room? But Salyu noticed her voice was a little bit quieter than usual. Professor, what's wrong?
大丈夫。少し疲れているだけよ。ここのところ忙しくてね。
It's nothing. I'm just a little tired. We've been busy recently, you see. Salyu was relieved. As long as the professor said so, it was probably just that.
申し訳ないけど、予定があるのでもう行くわ。後でまた顔を出すから。
I'm sorry, but I've got matters to attend to, so I'll be going now. I'll show up again later.
次の予定は
When's the next appointment?
しばらくはないかもしれないわ。
It might not be for a while, actually.
被験体 N の体調が近頃優れないの。
Subject N hasn't been well lately. She keeps on mumbling about killing all the living and just saying things about murder and various things about being a superior intelligence and a being that has evolved beyond humanity or whatever. I'm sure it's just some childhood delusions of grandeur.
So,
I see. Salyu felt glad that she wouldn't have to deal with that troublesome sensation, but at the same time she felt a little lonely that the appointments were diminishing.
予定が決まったら教えるわね。それじゃあまた。
I'll be sure to tell you when an appointment's scheduled. See you later. And with that, the professor left the room. Salyu gazed at the shut door. As long as nobody opened the door from the outside, it would never open. Salyu thought that she would have a bit of free time until the next time the professor came. Salyu herself wasn't quite sure of how long this had continued. Such trifling past had sunk into the bottom of her vast, often rewritten pool of knowledge. But what she did remember was that when she was younger, she had a different sort of role. If I'm not mistaken, that was the experiment to inundate the body with WX particles. In those experiments, Sally was is exposed to a WX particle field environment to create an area N for extended periods of time. Exposure to this environment could artificially raise BC aptitude. Or at least that was the goal of the experiment. How did it work for freaking Natsuko and Yuri? God, but Sally showed no results. The experiments failed, leaving her with the rank F aptitude she was born with. Compared to back then, any experiment would be better. How did she even get in this situation? Sally was thankful for that those experiments had ended 5 years ago. Jesus Christ, you can't even use BC! How'd you get in this fucking situation? God! The current memory transfer experiment hadn't had a single failure. Unlike the experiments in the past, these ones have a definite purpose. Although she was a backup, Sally was unable to leave and had gained all sorts of knowledge. She proved that even knowledge of how to perform physical techniques could be inherited. That's how she became a freaking martial arts expert! At the age of 6, she had a complete understanding of Kant's critique of pure reason. I was able to identify its points of issue from an existentialist perspective. By the age of 7, she solved the mystery of the zeta function that had been plaguing mathematicians across the globe. She also proved the Ryan hypothesis! By the age of 8, she inherited the knowledge of an elderly pianist and successfully made the extremely different piano piece, Gaspard de la Nuit. By the age of 9, she had learned all sorts of athletic techniques ranging from artistic gymnastics to ball games and martial arts. Jesus Christ! How did Sayu not go insane? With all this stuff inside her. By today, at the age of 10, Sayu had the knowledge of 316 specialists of all sorts of fields packed within her brain. And thus, I became a monster. The amount of knowledge in Sayu's brain had undeniably exceeded the apparent limit for human beings. Her swelling pool of knowledge was her entire life's history. And before she knew it, it was the very proof of her existence. Methuselah's children, like 3 weeks later. Just as Dr. Tenko had implied, there wasn't a single experiment since the last one. Since she's not a communicator, so... There wasn't a single experiment since the last one. Sayu spent the whole time alone in this room reading a book. What she read was a sci-fi novel based on the themes of self and memories. The story involved a scientist attempting to create an electronic brain with a sense of self. And then that process was the following excerpt. The self is formed by memories. Humans decide their wills and behaviors based off of their memories of the past. But I still do not quite understand the process behind this formation of self. She was talking about, oh my god, didn't they talk about books? Oh my god, in like super early in Route B? If one were to gather a sufficient number of memories, would that necessarily form a self? One would assume that as more and more memories are accumulated, the self would be more and more defined. Let's take, for example, the process through which an infant first begins to speak. After an infant is born and they hear their parents speak, the infant gradually appears to memorize sounds. At first, the infant does not know how to utilize its memories. But one day, as the puzzle pieces in the infant's brain finally snap into place, their countless disjointed memories become one connected network. I see, so that's it. Stringing these sounds together is a way to convey my will to other people. And thus the infant begins to speak, and its once isolated self connects with the outer world. This is one process of the formation of the self. As the infant connects its accumulated memories, it uses them to further nurture its own self. With all this talk of self, it's definitely reminding me of Remember11. But does this effect only apply to the brains of living beings? As you and I both know, no matter how much data you store on a high-capacity disk, the disk does not spontaneously form a self. Why is such an ordinary occurrence in nature impossible for human hands to recreate? The novel's content was philosophical, so it was far detached from the type of adventure stories that Sayu liked. But she still found some parts thought-provoking. Maybe I'm something like the high-capacity disk this protagonist mentioned. What's particularly similar is that how neither of us chooses the knowledge we gain. But there was nothing to be gained by just pondering that fact. She perceived herself, others, and everything in the environment around her as simply as the way they were. Just then, the door finally opened again after weeks of being shut. What the fuck? Why is she locked like in a fucking prison? God. And in walked the professor.
Yui, 出なさい。
Yui, come on out.
実験
For an experiment.
いえ、今日は健康診断よ。第5エリアに行きましょう。
No, today's a physical examination. Let's go to Area 5. That would mean Sayu would make the rare departure from Area 0. Since she was a little fed up with the tedium, Sayu happily nodded at the professor's words. Sayu walked with the professor down all the way to the neuroscience lab. Along the way, Sayu asked the professor a question.
博士、私は孤児だと聞いていたのだけれど。
Professor, I heard I was an orphan.
そうよ。
That's right.
あなたが赤子だった頃にいたフランスの孤児院が潰れてしまい、行くあてのなくなったあなたを私が引き取ったの。
Really? Would that be true? But I wonder if they took her because they found out she was related to Subject A. When you were an infant, you were in an orphanage in France that went bankrupt. And so I took custody of you since you had nowhere to go. The professor answered without any change in her facial expression. But Sayu shook her head.
嘘。
Lies. Usoda. Huh?
私はラボの中で生まれたはず。かつてラボにいた被験体から生まれた子なのでは？
Oh my god! She's her daughter! Wait, what? How is that possible? Did enough time even pass? I don't think frickin' Anna's dad ever remarked of a Subject A being pregnant. What? Did he? Or am I not remembering stuff that just happened a couple of days ago? What?! So she must have died in childbirth. 17A died like 3 years after the incident. Oh my god, I wonder if she died in childbirth. So Anna's father wouldn't have been around for that. Thank you, Chase. Oh my god. The actual fuck. What?! What?! Jesus Christ! Who the fuck was in charge of this bullshit security? That is monstrous. That is absolutely monstrous. Who the fuck did that to her? Oh my god, with the actual hell? Wow. That is just horrible beyond all reasoning. What the fuck? What the fuck? I thought she was like a little little sister or something, but oh my god. I was born in lava, wasn't I? I'm the child of a former lava test subject, aren't I? Those words stopped the professor in her tracks.
誰から聞いたの？
Who told you this?
先日記憶を転送された男がそんな知識を持っていた。
The man whose memories were transferred the other day had knowledge of that information. Oh, for the love of crap. We have shit for brains for security!
事実？
Is it true?
事実よ。
It is. The professor spoke in a shameful voice. Who the fuck did that to her? And then she continued in a tone of consolation.
ユイ、ショックかもしれないけど、
I know it might come as a shock to you, Yui.
別に。
Not particularly. All she thought was, oh, really? Circumstances of her birth were irrelevant to teaching anything about her future. Oh my god, you're right, geez. That's why her room is so barren. Because she had nothing to base, like, a room off of. But she was still curious about something.
私の父親と母親は誰？
Well, we know who her mom is. Who are my father and mother?
教えたら、このことについてはもう触れないでくれる？
If I tell you, can you promise to never bring up this topic again?
触れない。
Promise. And with that, Dr. Shingo took a deep breath and answered.
あなたの母親はアリス・アン・フラメというフランス人
Oh
女性。
my god. Your mother was a French woman named Alison Flum.
13年前、BC が世界中で確認され始めた時代に発見された世界で最初の適精度 S コミュニケーター。
The very first rank S aptitude communicator discovered in the world. 13 years ago, in the time when BC was just starting to gain recognition.
コミュニケーター A と呼ばれ、ラボ設立のきっかけとなった人よ。
She was designated as Communicator A and became the trigger that led to Labo's establishment.
母は今どこに？
Where's my mother now?
あなたの出産時に。
Oh god, that's why she fucking died! Oh god, seriously. Who the fuck did that to her? I hope they actually did disappear, whoever did that to Alice. Jesus Christ, what a monster! Oh my god. That is some sick fuck who must have done that to her. Jesus Christ. After you were born, she passed away due to postpartum complications.
では父は？
Do you even want to know about your father? Saw you? Are you sure? That my father.
あなたの父親は安住 A 氏というラボ
I
の
knew it was that piece of shit!
当時のアリスの担当官
God. Oh, God. Your father was a labo researcher named Eishi Azumi, the administrator in charge of Alice at the time. Jesus Christ, that is... Talk about abuse of power. What the fuck?
彼は幽閉中のアリスに恋をしてしまったの。
He fell in love with Alice while she was confined.
恋？
Love.
アリスはラボに幽閉された時、すでに心にひどい疾
Yeah,
患を抱えていた。
yeah. That means he was... What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? by the time Alice was confined in Labo, she was already inflicted with a terrible mental condition. Yeah, that sick fucker. What the actual hell?
時々正気に戻ることがあった。彼女は繰り返し私たちにもう殺してくださいと訴えたわ。
But there were times when she would regain her sanity. She often told us, "Please kill me."
私も耐え難かったけど、担当研究員の安住さんはなお辛かったのでしょうね。
It was hard for me to bear, but it was been even tougher on Mr. Azumi since he was in charge of her. Yeah, what the fuck?
やがて同情と憐憫は彼女への思いに変わった。人目を忍んで二人は個人的に密会した。
That is so... When she's in that kind of state? Eventually, sympathy and compassion turned into romantic feelings for her. The two of them began to hold secret rendezvous. How in this facility?
アリスも断続的な意識の中、彼と心を通わせる。そして、あなたが宿ったの。Alice too established an emotional bond with him during her fleeting periods of sanity, and then you were conceived. That is so unethical. The actual fuck? Like, God. Like, what the actual, like, I am trembling here. What the actual hell?
そう。父はその後は
Yeah, it would be one thing if they did that when she was still, you know, fully sane and aware and everything. But, like, when she's losing her mind, like, that is just, and not to, like, oh God, like, but to, like, do that when she's, like, I can't even, like, oh, what happened to him afterwards?
あなたの誕生を待たずして実験中に事故死したわ。
How did he die? He died in an accident? That's really vague. Before you were born, he died in an accident during an experiment. Sayu consolidated all that information in her head. She quickly concluded the circumstances behind her birth.
つまり
Oh
こう
God.
いうこと
Jesus Christ. So is this what happened?
研究員が幽閉中の被験体を妊娠させた。ラボは
You're...
研究員の起こしたその不祥事を隠そうと
This
し
is
た。
like the one time when... Jeez. When her lack of emotion is an advantage to her own sanity here. Like... A researcher impregnated a confined test subject. Labo tried to cover up the scandal.
しかしその被験体は優れたコミュニケーターだった。ならば生まれてくる子供もコミュニケーターかもしれない。
But the test subject was a top communicator. So the child would possibly be born a communicator as well.
ラボは生まれながらの被験体が欲しくて堕胎させるより出産させることを選んだ。
Yeah, wow. Yeah, this place needs to be fucking burned to the ground. What the fuck? Just don't give Yuri to the fucking extremist terrorists. Just, seriously. Don't do that. Labo wanted a test subject they could follow from birth. So instead of abortion, they had the mother carry the child to term. What?
それでできたのが私。そういうこと？
I am that child, is that it?
違うわ。当時のラボはそこまで倫理が壊れていなかった。
That's what I was thinking. Oh, really? Tell us what really actually happened, Miyoko. No. Labo's ethics hadn't sunken that low at the time. Jeez.
アリスの妊娠が発覚したのは6ヶ月を過ぎてからだったの。
Was she like not showing for some miracle or something? Like, aren't you guys monitoring her health and shit? It wasn't until her 6th month that Alice was discovered to be pregnant. Jeez.
そこまでお腹が大きくなってしまっては堕胎は不可能だから。
Yeah, that's definitely true. Oh, with her already being on the cusp of a 3rd trimester, abortion was impossible.
なるほど。理解した。
I understand now.
あすみさんの意思からこの施設はおかしくなり始めたのよ。
Really? It started going crazy after he died? After? Really? This facility started going crazy after Mr. Azumi died.
あの人はラボの両親だったから。
That man was the conscience of Labo. What? How can you say that? If that man was the conscience of Labo, I could totally see. You could say that with a straight face.
だけどその後も私はこうして被験体として幽閉されている。その理由は
Yes, I can see Zermagus. Yeah, you can imagine Azumi was the one responsible for monitoring her health. Yeah, then he would have been able to cover everything up. Oh god, I don't understand how you can be a like, seriously. But I've been confined here as a test subject even after all that. For what reason?
あなたが天涯孤独で外で一人で生きていくのは難しいと思われたから。
Because you have no living relatives. And it was thought that it would be too hard for you to live on your own.
それと上層部があなたが外で暮らすことを望まなかったから。
That and the top brass didn't wish for you to live outside. You could have given her to an orphanage, or something, like up for adoption? Like, say the baby was just found? Like,
ごめんなさい。すべて言い訳ね。
I'm sorry. I've got nothing but excuses. Dr. Jinkawa muttered that bitterly. Yeah, seriously. Oh, God. Saw you sighed and asked another question.
私は適性を一切持たなかった。ラボとしては持て余したでしょう。
I didn't have any aptitude at all. I'd be useless to Labo, wouldn't I?
そうならないようにあなたに役目を与えたの。
You were given roles so that wouldn't be the case.
例えば WX 粒子照射実験がそう。あれはあなたの体に致命的な悪影響が起きないようエネルギー量を調整して行ってた。
The WX particle exposure experiment was part of it. The energy amounts were managed so that they would not have any lethal effects on your body.
建前でもそういう実験をしておけば あなたの存在意義が保てると思ったの。
Even the official stance was that your existence wouldn't be without meaning as long as those sort of experiments persisted. Jesus Christ, that's terrible! She has no way to consent to this. My God. Ugh. That is just... Fucking hell. And the same probably went for the memory transfer experiment. Ever since long ago, Sally did not think it was a particularly useful experiment. There was no meaning behind turning a test subject into a prodigy. She couldn't leave Labo. Not even Sally wanted to think about what happened to test subjects whose existence has lost meaning. As Salyu's thought process reached a dead end, the professor spoke up.
ねえユイ、これだけは信じて。
Say, Yui, you can at least believe in this. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Gappy Forrest and say that, like, Miyoko is saying this because she's biased and trying to paint her friend more positively. Like, it's kind of something that she refuses to see. Like, you know, or rather doesn't want to think of him in that way. I just... Yui, you can at least believe in this.
あなたは望まれない子ではなかった。ご両親が愛し合って生まれた子なの。
I mean, how can you say that when she was going in and out of insanity? I just... And not to mention, she was literally confined. Like... I don't know how you can just... You are not an unwanted child. You are a product of your parents' love for one another.
それはどちらでもいいけど、両親がいないのなら名前は誰が？
That doesn't matter either way. But if neither of my parents are around, then who named me? Huh?
私の名前、ユイ。この名前は誰がつけたの？
My name, Yui. Who named me that? Sayu's designation was subject Y, but Dr. Tenkawa was the only one to call her Yui, and only when the two of them were alone.
私よ。ご両親はあなたに名をつける前に亡くなってしまったから。
I did. Because your parents both died before they could name you.
由来は？
Why that name?
もし私に娘が生まれたら、そんな名前をつけようと思っていたの。
I wanted to give that name to my daughter if I ever had one.
優しく包み込むような、そんな女の子に育ってほしいと。
Yui, because I want to raise a girl wrapped in gentleness. My god. On a lighter note, it appears Machido's competition is being whittled down drastically because both of the other girls were raised by Natsuhiko's mom in some fashion. Jesus Christ. The actual fuck. Do you hate it?
嫌じゃない。
No.
ここの居心地も別に悪くない。博士も優しいし。
It's not particularly uncomfortable here. You're gentle too, Professor.
何より名前をくれた。私はこの名前を気に入っている。
That's true, Guppy Force. Machido's nickname powers hid an entire plot twist. What do you mean? Like, in the other game, they were totally saying each other as the brother and sister. I don't know. It feels like they diffused that automatically in the other game. And she is like, you know, they just, even right after that, freaking, they just, you know, they call each other brother and sister, so. Above all, you gave me a name, so I like it. The professor's eyes widened at those words. I really think that she should have just been, I don't know, maybe raised outside, like, not forced to be a test subject with no say in the matter. Like, that's just insanity. She's not even a freaking communicator. The professor's eyes widened at those words. She then hung her head without saying anything. Sagi peeked in the professor's face.
博士、どうして泣くの？
Professor, why are you crying? The professor said nothing. The only sound in the quiet hall was the soft pitter-patter of falling teardrops. A few days after the abrupt physical examination, the uneventful days continued a while longer. Sally had finished reading all the books the professor had bought for her, but even so, there were no incoming plans for the experiments. She started to get anxious. Childhood since then. Yeah, I know that's a famous sci-fi novel, yeah. Did something happen? Okay, you guys. On this insanitary note, I am just these plot twists are. Poor Solyu. Jesus fucking Christ! It's a good thing that wow, Yuri really helped her give her better memories. The actual fuck. Oh my god. What the? Like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm just making noises at this point. This fucking story! What is happening? I thought we were fresh out of plot twist. God! The actual fuck! Oh my god! Like, they have no justification for this. Sally wasn't even a fucking communicator. Like, so much for the whole thing of, oh, we're confining S rank because of they could go, you know, insane freaking Dark Phoenix. But, like, God! The actual fuck. Like, holy shit, fucker. Like, oh my god! So long, farewell. Have we saying good night? Y'all are the sweetest of hearts. See ya. This fucking story.